Might not get a chance to talk to all you guys tomorrow. I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving and appreciate you guys being out today. Arizona Cardinals coming to town. We've been looking forward to. We knew the 3-game road stretch would be a unique challenge in itself, and to come back here having won all 3 of those, it's just on to the next. But we are excited to get back home in front of our home fans. Got a good football team coming in. I think Jonathan, really, when you turn on the tape, really well-coached team in all 3 phases. They're doing a really good job, and we're gonna have to play really well. We're gonna need our fans, and getting back to U.S. Bank Stadium is we've been looking forward to this for a while. So very much excited about that, as well as excited about the possibility of adding Daniel Jones to our organization. Still kind of working through the final details on that and some roster maneuvering and things, but we're anticipating Daniel to arrive Friday morning, and very much looking forward to that. Good addition to our quarterback room. I love our quarterback room already. I think Sam Darnold has, had a fantastic year so far. He has, been everything that, I had personally hoped and then some when we brought him in here back in the spring. And I'm just so proud of the way he's worked, and I'm so proud of Sam for, what he's been able to do coming into this building and really take our group to being a major force behind us being 9-2. Nick Mullins, clearly, I'm big fan of Nick, and I think that's on display when I call some of those plays on what it seems like Nick's only allowed to come in the game on 3rd down and throw the ball to Aaron Jones for conversions, but it goes back beyond that. He's true pro. What he's been able to do even last year, moving our football team and really showing the true professionalism of a guy constantly being ready to roll. I think Brett Rippon has done a lot of really good things since he's come in here. Smart, true pro's pro, and I think I gave him my 3rd or 4th Look Team Player of the Week award this morning. So he's had a positive impact, and then clearly J.J. McCarthy with where he was at when he did get injured. My excitement level has never been higher for J.J. and what he's going to be for this organization, and he's doing a great job right now with his rehab, really turning the corner, and being a major part of quarterback meetings, and the time I get with him is always a real blessing and a great thing for me personally. So I love being around him. And Daniel will add, hopefully, Friday morning we'll add Daniel into the mix. And I talked a little bit the other day after Kevin's question, where I've always been a fan. Love, really like the person, the human being, the makeup. And then the player, Daniel Jones, I think there's so much out in front of him that are going to be really good things that we get to personally be a part of, and I can't wait to work with him.
If and when that does go finalized, how do you weigh bringing him in as a short-term insurance or potential as opposed to what it could lead to maybe down the road as early as next year?
Yeah, I don't think we need to think about that, at this time. I'm just excited to get him here. I think there's a short-term and a long-term conversations that are going on at every position on our roster, and that's what Kwesi and his group and Rob and everybody upstairs do a great job of, always being really diligent with that side of it. But also, the player development side and the quarterback development side is something that is a huge passion of mine, and I just love getting opportunities to work with guys, no matter what point in their quarterback journey they're at. I think we've got great guys upstairs to in that room with Josh and Grant, Wes, our entire offense, and really our system is built to hopefully try to help guys, realize their truest potential. And simple as that. And I think Daniel's going to be a positive addition to our culture and our building, and I look forward to getting him here.
Kevin, did he choose you, or did you choose him to come together?
Yeah, he was a free agent, so I got a chance to talk to him for the first time Monday night, and when he when he cleared not being claimed by another team, and I know he had a lot of interest, and rightly so. But yeah, Daniel chose to come here, and had some great dialogue with him over the past couple days, and was really excited when he called and told me he was coming.
What were your exchanges like with him during that 2019 process when you're in Washington going through the draft process as you guys getting ready to draft one? What kind of interactions did you have with Daniel?
Yeah, I went to his pro day, spent some time with him there, spent some time with him at the combine, and then I think we did host him on a 30-day visit where I spent the whole day with him. And at that time, being a coordinator, I believe, I just know I wasn't the special projects coordinator at that time. Spent the whole day with him up on the board, watching tape, just kind of getting to know each other, learning about him and his family, and just building a relationship. Because I do think the relationship side of it is big. Whether you end up coaching all these guys or not, I'm a fan of quarterbacks. I'm a fan of them attacking their quarterback journey, and very fortunate when I do get to be a part of it with the few guys that I get to work with. So yeah.
How much do you go back to those things when you, in this kind of situation, when you meet a quarterback that's in the draft that you don't end up drafting, that you may work with someday? How much do you refer back to those draft meetings to kind of form an impression of somebody?
Yeah, I think it's all important. I think that's why I always make sure they understand. No matter the 6 or 7 guys we spent a lot of time with this past year, or going back every year in my career, I always make sure I try to do those evaluations of what the film looks like and what they were asked to do, what tough circumstances did they overcome, where are there areas that maybe I personally think they can improve, and then it's about building the relationships with those guys so that they know how I do feel about the position, and knowing how hard it is, the things that they're tasked to go out and do, and that no matter whether I get to coach them or not, I'm gonna be rooting for them, and as long as they're just not playing us specifically in a playoff game.
How about the confidence part of it for him when he goes through a tough season like this and coming off of? Where do you pick that up and try to say, hey, we know what you can be? How do you go about that? What happens?
Yeah, I think it's first and foremost just getting in, meeting your new teammates, understanding that we're very, very proud of our organization here. We're proud of the locker room that our players have built, leadership of this team. I think hopefully he enjoys, being welcomed into that. And then from a quarterback standpoint, he's played a lot of football. I mean, over 70 career starts. I think the number is he's played a lot of football. So he's got a lot of things that you can really look back on as real positive experience. I think all experience matters when you're attempting to do something as difficult as being a starting quarterback at a high level in the NFL. All experience matters. But I do think that there's also a starting line here in a new place. We establish some things that, hey, maybe he's got some things that he's really earmarked that he wants to work on. Well, I think we can find good ways to help him do that. And then there may be some things that myself or Josh or Grant determine, hey, this will be something. As you learn our system, as you learn the verbiage and formations and motions and all the things that will be new for you here in a totally, completely different system, there's going to be some things fundamentally, footwork, how we ask our quarterbacks to play that might be good things for him to start working on, knowing that, like I said, we feel really good about our quarterback room, feel great about Sam Darnold leading us to a 9-2 record. So there's really, there's really no pressure on anyone other than let's just have a really good day, his first day. Figure out, where he needs to be for meetings, figure out where he goes to eat, spend time with his new teammates, and then we build on that the next day and the next day, and the football element and the quarterback element will for sure be a part of it, and it's something I look forward to.
With that said, do you feel compelled to talk to Sam about what this is and what it isn't? You kind of laid it out from here, but just so that he knows what's going on.
Yeah, before the news even came out today, I had already talked individually with all 4 of the quarterbacks in our room right now, and wanted to make sure I spent time with each one of them because, albeit, a lot of the similar things I'm saying to you guys, I said directly to them as far as my confidence and my enjoyment and really enjoy having these guys in the room that's been made up. But the conversation is different for Sam than it may be for Nick, Brett, and JJ as well. So I spent time with all those guys. I think that's important. I wouldn't be who I, kind of claim to be and be authentically me if I didn't, have a clear, open and honest communication with those guys, which in a lot of ways, I hope they weren't surprised to hear my confidence level in them, my confidence level in our current quarterback room, and only think we're adding to it when Daniel arrives on Friday.
And the fact that Daniel picked you guys, what do you think that says about the culture you worked really hard to build here?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited anytime any players that have a choice choose to pick to come to Minnesota. It validates a lot of the things that I think our players have built. It validates, hopefully, that our players and players that come into this building know that they're going to get the same version of me every single day. They know that I'm going to tremendously love and care about them, and try to help them be the best version of themselves that I can be. I know I say that a lot, but I genuinely, truly believe it, and try to live every moment that I'm blessed to have in this building doing that. And I challenge our coaches to do the same thing. I challenge all the people down here on the first floor, who I think we have some of the best people in all the NFL in the weight room and nutrition, Tyler Williams and Mike Parsons, everybody that comes in contact and touches our players. I challenge those folks to always be striving to do the same thing. And what comes from that is, I think, a pretty cool place to try to, win and be a part of winning in the NFL, and then individually see just how far you can maximize your own growth, development, and what you can become as a player to help our team win.
I'd like to challenge the system and the way you put this group together with all these one-year contracts and creating quarterback, and you're winning. They're one of the best records in the league.
Yeah, I think for me, there's really, whatever that system is, I don't really know. I just kind of think in identifying players that can help your team win, and then when they get here, that's just the starting line to truly, feel like this is a, side by side, every man up, first guy in the fight kind of feel. For me, these players better feel like I'm going to coach them and coach them hard and try to help them in any way I can, but they're going to, understand that at that position, with JJ under contract for a long time, and a real clear, kind of concise development plan for him despite the injury. We still are playing now. We're still winning now. Sam's done an unbelievable job in a very short amount of time, kind of turning, making this offense his own and having ownership of it and the confidence of his teammates. And then Nick and Brett, I think, are two guys that we're very, very fortunate to have for what they do, like Nick did on the field the other day on 3rd and 13, moving the chains, but also what they do in the locker room, in that quarterback room for Sam and for JJ. That dynamic in there is really, really important. I've talked about that a lot in the quarterback room. So I think that's where, to Kevin's question, the communication factor is critical, so that nobody has, there's no stone unturned as far as their, mental state of understanding what does this mean for me, what does this mean for the group. I try to provide as much clarity as I can for that, and then just whether they're under contract for 1 year, 4 years, 5, whatever it is, my job is to coach these guys up and make them feel like they're on a path to being the players that can help us win when called upon, or in Sam's case, from really day one, being ready to lead us, to as many wins as he can, and he's done a phenomenal job.
Last couple days, just when do you expect him to come back? Could he come back this year?
Yes, yeah. It, unfortunate. That's I'm glad you brought Ivan up. Just playing at such a high level, that's going to be something we've got to overcome. Bringing in Jamin and having a player like that available. Another great example of acquiring talent in kind of a situation we were like similar to what we were in at the left tackle spot and bringing Cam. I feel really good about adding Jamin and his impact on that room. But at the same time, Ivan Pace, just with his play style and just always, there's always plays to show the team of what it looks like to play this game the right way. And Ivan Pace is normally a factor on a lot of those plays. And so we're going to have to, really try to overcome the loss of that physicality, explosiveness, tackling, what he did when Cash was out from a standpoint of really taking on a communication role. Really, really bummed out, but he will be back. He will be back. I'm hoping that timeline looks very similar to what, kind of that 4-week timeline looks like.
Will you keep all the quarterbacks on the roster?
Yes. Thank you, guys.